Hey, welcome back. Tony Immediato, your real estate chef. Today, I'm going to show you how to make my grandmother's chicken and dumplings. With the winter season coming, this is one of those great dishes that everybody loves. It warms you up from the inside. I'll tell you what, simple, easy, it's a great dish. I tell you, every time I make it, I get telephone calls. Do you have more? Do you have more? So stick around and check out my recipe for chicken and dumplings. All right, here we go. I start off with 6 chicken thighs, add them to the pot. I then add a vegetable stock, chicken stock. All right, let's rough cut our onions. Add them. Rough cut the carrots. I like them chunky on my side just because it makes the dish more colorful. Celery, rough cut. Add that in. And then, you know, one of my favorite ingredients to almost any dish is garlic. Can never have too much garlic. As you know, I have a nice big old tattoo of a garlic on my arm. So it's like scratch and sniff. Always smell garlic. All right, take that, we'll put that on the stove, bring that to a royal boiling. Start off with 6 cups of flour. I have a bunch of different seasoning here, herbs, garlic powder, onion powder. Then I crack in some pepper and then some salt. And you can add more pepper and salt as you cook this dish to your liking. Then I do about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. This just helps bring that flour together. And then the key ingredient is warm water. 2 cups. I actually do probably about a cup and a half, and then I start to work it. If I need more, I'll add more. If it's not thickening to the consistency that you want, you can then add more flour. I've done this enough times with my grandmother that, you know, I've been eyeing this out my whole life. So you can't go wrong. It's flour, your seasonings. The seasonings I like to add just because it brings out more flavor in the dumpling as well as the dish. Flour on your surface. I pull that dough ball out. I then cut that into 2 because it makes it easier to work with. I like to use a pizza cutter, especially if you have the kids helping. It just, nobody can get hurt. It just makes it fun. This is the fun part for the kids. Get the kids involved, rolling out the dumplings. That was always a good part of my childhood growing up. You know, at my mom's kitchen table, here we were playing with the chicken and dumplings, flowers flying everywhere. It was always a good time. That's why this is actually one of my favorite dishes from the memories of growing up. All right, so I roll this out till it's nice and thin, not too thick. Cover it with more flour, and then I just use that pizza cutter and cut it into strips. At that point, there's no right or wrong on the size. I like to actually cut them in different sizes just so you have different size of dumplings. I mean, if you had chicken and dumplings, I think we all know a big dumpling's more of a pain in the butt to kind of pick up, then you got to cut it. So I try to keep mine in a bite-size portion. Mix it up with a little bit more flour so then they don't stick. After that, I'll take them, I'll put them on a sheet pan that I've covered with foil just to kind of help clean up later. And then I'll go through and I'll do the same thing with this second dough ball. Once I have that one, do the same thing, put it on the tray, top it off with some more flour. That extra flour is just going to help bring and thicken the dish as those dumplings cook. Again, don't be afraid. Hey, there's my buddy Brooksy coming. You never know. He's my floor cleanup man. Love my chocolate lab. All right, here we go. We'll take these, put these on the tray, get them ready. We're going to go over to the pot. There we go. Boom. All right. As you can see, we're getting this. It's coming to the boil. Once it's boiled for a while and that chicken is cooked thoroughly, you'll then pull your chicken out. I like to use tongs here. pull them out and let them set aside and cool, which makes it a lot easier for you to then pull that chicken off the bone and get it nice and ready. At that point, while they're cooling, we're going to take our dumplings. That pot's at a roiling boil, so we'll add the dumplings individually. You don't want to add them all at one time because then they'll stick together and it'll just be one big old dumpling. So as you're adding them, stir so that they don't stick to the bottom. This helps keep them rocking and rolling to where they cook perfectly. Add all those dumplings in, and then what I do is I reduce that heat down and let that, at a low simmer boil while those dumplings cook. As they're cooking, I'll go back over, pull that skin off, pull that chicken off the bone, get it all ready. And then once I have it all pulled, we'll take it back over and we'll add it to the pot. And then here, you can see it's starting to thicken. I add that chicken in, and then I just let it still continue to cook until it gets to the consistency that I like. If for some reason you have too much broth, when you're ready to then eat, if you need to, you can then make a flour and water slurry and add that slowly so that it will then thicken up. So now that this chicken and dumplings is completed, I'll tell you what, look, here we go. Look at those dumplings, all that pulled chicken. Let me get a little bit here. Hope you guys enjoy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I hope your tummy loves it as much as mine. See you on the next episode.